Alright, so as you guys can see by the title, this look is inspired by and done with the Handbook for the Recently Deceased eyeshadow palette that I got at Hot Topic. It was like 16 bucks. Yeah, $16.90. And it's actually pretty impressive. So if you guys want to see my impressions and thoughts on it, just keep watching and you'll see how I got this green smoky eye. Alright, I look like a foot right now. That is true. But we're getting ready to change that, hopefully. So I'm going to do this like I normally do my makeup, which I usually do my eyes first and then my skin. But I do already have my skin primed with the NYX Honeydew Me Up Primer, which is really comfortable to wear. It does have hyaluronic acid, so it's hydrating. And then my eyes are already primed with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer, which is a similar formula to the MAC 24-Hour Primer. They are both Estee Lauder companies. The Smashbox Primer does have additional ingredients in it that I find make it stickier, which I really like that texture. So I'm working with that today. So if the title of the video didn't give it away, we are using the Handbook for the Recently Deceased eyeshadow palette from Hot Topic. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So to start off, the first shade I'm going to use is actually Beetlejuice itself, which is second row, middle, like kind of lime color. And we're just going to take that through my crease. Just for a bit of a nice transitional kind of lime. These shadows do have a lot of kickback, but they are pretty pigmented. I'm really impressed with how much pigment you get out of them. And I'm just creating that nice round crease shape that I really like. I was super stoked when I saw this palette because I was just like, you know what? Even if it's not good, I want it in my collection because it's adorable. And I grew up with Beetlejuice, as I'm sure most of you did, who are over the age of 15. And it is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. And it's weird, and I love it. Oh my god. I could just pull an Amelia fart right now and just leave it like this, maybe extend it out, and that's a look, because this color is amazing. But next I'm going to take, oh god, my voice. But next I'm going to take Bio Exorcist, which is just below Beetlejuice, and it's a really nice, deep, like, teal shade. Same brush, I'm just using a MAC 217. I lied, actually. My Morphe M433. So we're just going to take Bio Exorcist right on the tip of the brush and go and deepen that crease. There's a little bit of skipping, but not a lot. Nothing that you can't blow out with a clean brush later. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear my fan in the background. It's really, really warm today, and my air conditioning is not cooperative. I can already tell that this shade is going to kind of stain my brush, so I feel like deep wash time is approaching. But I actually really like deep cleaning my brushes. It's really cathartic for me. Like, I just like to sit there and like watch my brushes get clean. It's, I don't know, relaxing. So that's about all I'm going to do in the crease. So now I think I'm going to take Dante's Inferno, third in the top left. I cannot talk. But before I lay that down, I'm just going to take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Cashmere and lay that down for like a complementary base color. And honestly guys, this Ulta pencil sharpener kind of rocks. It's I was like, oh, it's going to be super cheap. But it sharpens these things like a beast. So we're just going to lay this all over the lid. Like that. It's really hard to tell how much detail you guys can see on my little screen because I need to get a monitor, but I'm poor. So if you tell your friends to subscribe and help me get subscribers and money, then I can improve the quality of my videos because I'd really like to. Okay, so we slap that on. So I'm just going to take my double-sided paddle brush. This is the MAC 233, which was a collection brush from Alluring Aquatics. But you could use a concealer brush for this part. I'm just using the synthetic side to press and smooth out the pencil. And then I'm going to come in with the natural fiber side and take the Dante's Inferno and press that all over the lid. Like so. And then I'm just going to take an older Bare Minerals smudger brush. They don't make this one anymore, but any pencil brush will do. And we're just going to take the Bio Exorcist and bring that into the outer corner of the lid. And kind of press and feather it in. Looks good. And then on a really, really small pencil brush, again, old Bare Minerals brush. I worked for them in 2010, okay? I have a lot of brushes that they don't make anymore. But it's just a really small, defined paddle brush, so any shader brush will do. And I'm just going to take Strange and Unusual, which is the kind of off black color, and that's just going to go right in the depths of the corner crease, so the outermost corner. And this seems significantly less pigmented than some of the other colors, but I'm getting a little bit of dimension, which is fine. I wasn't wanting it to be super deep anyway, so it kind of works out that it's not as good. And I'm like packing it in. And it could be that it's going over on top of other colors, but usually that's not much of an issue. That'll just have to do. So I'm going to pause the eyes here for now and make myself look a little bit less like a foot and go ahead and do my foundation. So I will be right back with that. Okay, so slightly less foot looking. I used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation again. So I like the texture. It's really lightweight, but I really need to do a wear test to see how it's going to wear on me in the summer outside, because I'm oily and sweaty. And then I just set it with my MAC Select Sheer in NC40. So now I'm just going to take the NYX Purple eyeliner. It's literally just called Purple, number 917. And that's just going to go right along my lash line under my eyes. And I'm only going to go about to like looking forward the start of my iris, so leave about that inner like third of the eye open. So now that I had that laid down, I'm going to take Darkroom, which is the last color in the second to bottom row, and place that over the liner. And I'm going to use my Morphe M432, which is just a flat liner brush, to lay that down. And that just really intensifies the purple. So, same thing on the other eye. So now I'm going to take my MAC 221 and the shade Juno, top row, middle color, and just apply that up under my brow for a little bit of highlight.
So they're kind of flaky, and I can't deal with lips falling off when I kiss people right now.
Sounds the nerve to go for it. Then keep drinking so the inevitable rejection doesn't hurt so bad. What do you want?
Looking good. I do enjoy a good green. And then, because I didn't use the shade Lydia, which is the red in the palette, I'm just going to take my MAC Chromographic Red liner and put that right in the waterline against the purple.
Oh, yes, you are.
That's enough!
Lower the drawbridge.
And then for this look, since I don't mind if the liner ends up getting a little grungy and a little smudgy, I'm just going to take MAC Smolder Kohl Eye Pencil and line my top lid. So the Smolder, like unless you set it with like a black shadow, the Kohl pencils do tend to kind of smudge, especially if you have oilier skin. So it can create a really nice like grungy look if that's something you're into. But if you like a smudged look but don't want it to smudge more than you design it to, these need to be set with a powder of a similar color, obviously.
Sorry, I'm late for a crusade.
Alright, so that's about it for the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the look off camera, just brows, lashes, bronzer, and stuff, and be right back. But this is what I have for the eyes so far. I like it. I am going to smooth out a little bit of where the green meets the shadow pencil that I used. Took me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to finish up the look and I will be right back. Alright, and I'm back. So I filled in my brows with my Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream from MAC in Deep Dark Brown. For my highlight, I used the ever so famous Highlighting Gold Bar from Wet n Wild. Love it. And then for my bronzer, I actually used, this is Golden Rinse Studio Sculpt bronzer. It was a MAC collection product from their Wash and Dry collection like 4 summers ago maybe. But it's a pretty light gold bronzer, just really natural. I wanted to keep the skin pretty light and let the eyes kind of be the focus, be the star. Let's see if we can, wrong way. Okay. Alright, so yeah, got you punched in a little so you can see the eyes a little better. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Came out. I cannot talk. And for my lashes, I used the Ardell Studio Effects in 230. They're really similar to like the MAC number 7s. 7s? 21s. No. 35s, which look like this. They're a little bit shorter and a little more natural looking. But I like them nonetheless. So, there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see more content from me, just subscribe below, hit the little bell button, I don't know where it is. Leave a comment, like, and if you have any suggestions or anything that you'd like to see from me, just let me know in the comment section below. You can also find me on my various social media, Instagram and Twitter, all under the name Fool of Pirate. Yeah. Bye.